Stamford has employed psychologists for nearly 20 years. Essentially, we're involved in the selection and the monitoring of portfolio managers. So the first thing we're interested in is the psychologist's ability to help us select individuals. We've been able to identify 11 characteristics that we look for in a potential portfolio manager. We look for such things as their detail orientation, their approach to risk, the way in which they monitor each other. We're interested in their emotional regulation. And we're very clear with these characteristics, why they're important. Equally, we're very aware of the fact that we don't want too much of these characteristics, that we have an optimal amount. So with detail orientation, we want somebody to be detail-oriented enough rather than perfectionistic.
We also understand that portfolio managers don't operate in a vacuum, and we think it's incredibly important to understand the context within which portfolio managers are operating. So that might be with their analysts, their interpersonal interactions, and the way that they make decisions as a team.
Psychologists have expertise in organizational behavior. We know that portfolio managers work with each other, they work in small groups with analysts. It's very important that the managers get the best out of their analysts, that they motivate them, that they encourage them, that they set up a team dynamic which is healthy and adaptive, that they manage and encourage them well, that they reward them in appropriate ways. So we're very conscious of that in our evaluation and monitoring of the portfolio managers.
Effectively, what we're trying to do is to build a psychological overview of the investment managers and also the context within which they operate. And we see this as a complementary part of the research and the monitoring process at Stamford.
We're interested in the new science of behavioural economics. This is the study of how people make decisions, on how they have systematic biases and they make errors and they have shortcuts in their decision making. Many of these are well known. We know about herding, we know about loss aversion, we know about anchoring. And what we're interested in is looking at portfolio managers' decision making and the extent to which they occasionally make those sort of errors. Many of them are of course aware of these, but in our examination and monitoring of their performance, we are sensitive to see if there are any systematic approaches they have, systematic biases.
Ultimately, we think that the analysis and understanding of human behaviour combined with Stamford's investment analysis allows us to gain materially deeper insights, which allows us to make better decisions, which leads to better outcomes for our clients.